These men are all like, oh, I want to be a dad. I want to be a dad. Okay, go adopt. Go adopt. Okay, go foster. What practice do you have being with kids? Do you work with children? Are you going out of your way to mentor? How are you with your younger cousins, your younger siblings? Or do you just want to breed because it's giving you are only interested in breeding? And here's why I know that most men don't want to be dads. They just want to either commit to that weird thing where they do is like, oh, I need to continue my bloodline. I need to have a legacy. A legacy of what? Of debt? Why do you want a kid to be named Junior? What are they junior to? What legacy are you passing down to them? None. Anyway, so quick story time. My best friend wants to be a mom. She's known that she's wanted to be a mom for a very long time. And recently she told me that, you know what, Shayna, no matter what, whether I do or don't have a husband or a partner or whatever, I want to be a mom by this time. So whether it's adoption, whether it's in vitro, I need to get myself ready because by this age, I want to have my baby in my hands. She is not the first person that has spoken like this to me. Not necessarily that she's like divulging this to me, but she's not the first person that I've heard this from. Nor is she the first woman that I've heard this from. I have yet to hear a man say, no matter what, I need to be a dad. Whether it's adoption, whether it's through fostering, I need to be a dad. I need to get that paternal itch scratched. And while this is not the only reason why I don't want to have children, I just know that it's just truly adding to the list. On God, I have a list of videos on TikTok called Reasons Not to Get Pregnant. Let me know if you're curious about what is on that list because it is a damning collection of videos. But there are just way too many men, the vast majority of men, that are just craving the ability to breed. Just breed, to stroke their own ego, to say, I made that. Not even that's my child. Because when you don't have to look too far on YouTube to find all of these single parent wives, like mothers who are wives who are also essentially single parents, fathers who consider watching their own children to be babysitting. Parent, be a father, please. Now, do I see this? Like people wanting to adopt, people doing like untraditional means of having kids more in the queer community than among the straight men? Yes. Queer people have to get more creative sometimes. It's fine. But those men, those queer men that are in queer partnerships that have had this urge to be a father, they are like, come hell or high water, I'ma be a dad. I'ma make this happen. That kid doesn't have to be biologically mine, but that is my kid. It's not that complicated, but the amount of straight men that I think are just really into breeding instead of parenting, instead of fathering, the metrics. The metrics are not giving attractive. The marketing needs to be reworked. Arguably, the marketing is showing exactly what the reality is, so maybe it doesn't need to be reworked. But I don't want what y'all are selling. And personally, I am so happy that more women are realizing what's actually on the market. The fish that are in the pond. There's more fish in the sea. All right, these fish are interested in breeding you. Really let that settle in. And then think to yourself, do I really want to be a mother? Because if I don't want to be a mother come hell or high water, if I don't, I had to have this realization with myself. It was a hard talk in the mirror where I was like, okay, Shayna, mind you, kids were never really on my radar. I love kids. I love watching kids. I love playing with kids. I love taking care of kids, like hugging them. I love all of it. But I'm like, do I want my own kids? And I really had to have a hard look in the mirror and say, Shayna, if you had to do this parenting thing single, solo, would you, because that's essentially what a lot of women don't realize they're signing up for. The single parent life, the moment that you have a kid, because your marriage is not, that kid is here. That baby is here. Your marriage doesn't necessarily have to be here 3, 4, 5 months, years from now. But that baby's here. That baby's looking at you. So if that baby's looking at me and only me, do I still want to be a parent? The answer was no, and I got my answer. Shayna, you don't want to be a mom come hell or high water. Arguably, you just don't want to be a mom, period. And that's fine. And while, yeah, sure, I'm dating. Yeah, sure. Well, not right now. I still got to work through the ick from my body before I re-enter the dating pool. But while I know that I would like to be partnered, and while all of this stuff, when it comes to like my interactions with men, I deeply prefer focusing on my friendships. I love focusing on my friendships. And as somebody that travels the world extensively, like I lived in 3 separate countries for the majority of for the majority of 2023. I was only in the US for like 2 of those months. And the amount of friends that I've made across the world, those are like deep friendships. Yesterday, I was just on the phone with my friend from Barcelona. She's from Mongolia, and she and I connected when we were in Barcelona. And while she was in Asia, she lived in Bangkok for a little while. And she was like, oh my God, Shane, I think that you would love Bangkok. And I'm like, do you want to go together? So we're in the planning process right now. And I love her. Oh my gosh, I love this woman with so much in my heart. And it's like, my friends just mean so much to me. Speaking of which, I do have to like technically start getting ready because I'm gonna go meet with my cousin in a little bit. I gotta go put stuff on my face. But yeah, like I think about all these things and all these adventures that I'm doing right now, and how if I had a kid, not that it would be impossible, but it'd be significantly harder. It'd be significantly harder. And as much love as I have in my heart, I don't want to feel like I have to force something. And if that baby were mine, mind you, I will be the best auntie in the world. The moment that all my friends, the moment that my siblings start having kids, it's all me. It's all me. Give me the baby. Give me the baby. But I don't know if that would come as naturally for me if I were to produce the baby myself. Also, full disclosure, I'm vain. I'm really enjoying my body right now. It's getting sexy, and I don't want that getting messed up. Mind you, having a baby, like being pregnant, yeah, it make these bigger, make the hips wider, but then pregnancy isn't really part of my aesthetic. But also, I'm a Libra, so what are you gonna do? All right, as I said, I need to start putting things on my face. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Also, if you care to be child-free, let's make a little community about this. I think more of us need to start bonding together because friendships, oh my gosh, maybe we could all travel nope, Shayna, you can't make all of these assumptions about strangers you don't know yet. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.